Hey guys, got another unboxing for you, and just like last week, it's a bit on the, well, not last week, but a couple of weeks ago, it is quite on the large side of things. This is the Fractal Design Define Mini computer case. Then let's, without further ado, start unboxing it. Hopefully I should be able to get all in, most of it in a camera shot, so it shouldn't be that bad. But actually, before I do that, let's go over some different points about it. Box has been a bit battered during shipping, but we'll have to we'll check to see what it's like once we've opened it up. And this side of the box has a few of the features and specifications. Yeah, and this is basically the sort of the bigger brother of the or the younger brother of the normal Fractal design cases you're usually seeing. Very round sellotape up, I will admit that. There we go. Oh. User's manual, very nice. And a nice little plastic bag. Don't know if that's just to keep it dry during shipping or something, I suppose. But, big box blocking out the light, hitting the tripod, breaking the camera. Right. Interesting. Fractal design. That is why many people prefer it if you use the soft foam as opposed to the hard foam. So take note, Fractal Design, disappointed in you. Right, okay. Almost done. There is a foot in the cellophane bag. Not sure about the spell if it's come off. Have to have a look into that. Let's turn it around and do the front first, shall we? Right, so if I move the tripod, got a nice door here. Right, if I just move back over again. So let's go over what we can see here. Here we have two 5.5, 5.25 inch drive bays even. Just pop out and don't pop back in. I'll have to do that in a bit. So you've got two of them. And here you have space for two 120mm fans, but only one installed, and dust filters, which I imagine will actually be quite easy to clean. Not sure how exactly they come out, but we'll have a look into that in a bit. Just here you've got a restart button, and then on the door itself you've got magnets, so this shuts quite easily. A nice foam sort of material as well to absorb the noise, because this is meant to be a silent PC case. And there you have a power LED. Or no, that's a hard drive activity LED actually, if I remember correctly. But you've got the LED there. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the front panel in shot, but I'll give it a go. Yes, I can, look at that. Let's do the roof next, shall we? Because that's pretty much perfect for that. Right, roof. You have microphone port, headphone port. Sort of, they're not colour coordinated, quite a lot of cases. They will have it colour coordinated. Or at least sort of like, if they don't have it colour coordinated, they'd have a really sort of standout sort of paint there to indicate it is, but it's all sort of blended in. You've got power button and another LED there. Two USB 2 ports and a USB 3 port, which I did not know this case actually had. I know they had revised all of the that are the bigger brother of this range, the bigger cases, to have front USB 3, but I hadn't actually realised this had also been revised as well. That's quite nice. Here, you can just about see it, you've got a bit of dotted mesh extruded out of the case, and it's for either 120mm or 140mm fan. It's also got a panel there which I'll go through later. But if I move you over like that a little bit, I think you should be able to just see. Down here you've got mesh, because obviously when you've got the door shut, the fan can't actually pull air from the front of the actual case. That's when they're sort of sat back a bit from the front, and then you've got that there. Panels, the vents at the side, which aren't actually dust filtered, but that shouldn't be a problem because the fans themselves are. Right, if I move you back again, and go, you can just make out the vents. Oh, it's got it both sides, so that's nice. Right side, you've got another fan mount for either 120 or 140mm fan. And then move the camera down again. There's a lot of camera adjustments in this. You have water cooling grommets, rear 120mm fan, no support for anything else by the looks of it, just 120mm. Place for the IO shield, 4 regular expansion blocks, and then another one, slots, and then another one there. That could be for like a fan controller or something like that. And then you've obviously got your regular sort of mount for power supply. And there you've got an fairly easy to remove dust filter. Well, it's fairly difficult to get that thing by the looks of it. No. Right. So if I now move you back round this side. front screws off. Just gently lay the case down. First we'll have a look at the side panel. This has got some noise absorbing material on there, so it reduces the noise, as well as a panel that goes over the actual fan, but also has that noise, the foam on it, as you can actually see it. And the roof fan has the same thing. Let's move you in. Or I don't think you actually are going to be able to see the inside of the entire case, but so yeah, the roof fan, that has the panel as well, is the mount panel, and you can see through the CPU cutout that hole there also, that's the other side panel also does. You can see all the powder coated expansion slots. There's 4 of them, and then 1 extra because this is for Micro-ATX motherboards. Here you have room for 6 3.5-inch hard drives, or up to 6 2.5-inch solid state drives, that's hard drives. This bit here can be removed to allow longer video cards to go in. Also, it would help if you only have sort of 1 hard drive, for example. You put the hard drive in there, take this out, and then you've already got that front fan fitted over this bit, and that gets nice clean air, undisrupted air from right through to the to your graphics card. But obviously, if you're gonna, this is the thing that really makes these cases that stand out. Quite often you'll get one that's got about 6 rooms with about 6 optical drives and then a couple hard drives sort of thing. And it tends to be, if you've got multiple things in your system, the chances are it's going to be multiple hard drives, not multiple optical drives. So that's what really makes these Fractal design cases stand out. Just found out where this foot is meant to be. Here we go. So yeah, there's also room at the bottom to mount a 120mm fan, it looks like. Yep, 120mm fan. And that's also covered by the same dust filter that covers the power supply as well. Obviously you've got the rear fan pre-installed with a nice sleeved cable as well. And that is properly sort of top quality sleeving as well, it's not sort of a cheap jobby. So that's 3-pin. Right, let's have a look at front connectors. You've got your regular sort of audio in, front USB 3, front USB 2, and your usual sort of power buttons and that, and they're all nice black cables. So that's really handy as well. Yeah, and the feet are rubber, so that allows it to absorb more noise as well. But that is pretty much the case sorted. You can see there, there's a fan mount there, and you've got a power supply there with rubber feet. And I think that actually feels like, yep, it's got a rubber sort of rubbery foam for the power supply mount as well. So that absorbs even more noise from the power supply. But let's go down to here and have a look in the accessories box. It's actually labels on the back what it's got. A fan controller, a wrench for HDD side rail, which I forgot to show you actually. These hard drives, they have they're fully metal, can't bend it the slightest. You've got you screw in through these rubber, and that absorbs all the noise, and you can fit either hard drives, 3.5-inch hard drives, or solid state drives in these, and every one of them is exactly the same. So if you wanted 6 solid state drives, you can actually have 6 solid state drives without any adapters whatsoever. You've got 24 anti-vibration HDD screws, 4 PSU screws, 10 thumb screws, 9 motherboard standoffs, 24 SSD screws, 9 motherboard screws, 4 floppy disk drive screws, 2 cable ties, and a cover for adapter kit, which I will show you anyway. So let's open it up and take a look and see what all this madness is about. These are the 2 cable ties. They're not your regular cable ties you tend to get with cases. You usually get quite cheap ones that actually look like that in the picture. Like if you can see that. It's that line. Yeah, they're quite cheap. They don't usually break the second you actually try and use them to cable tie something down. But yeah, these actually look like they could be quite good at doing that mounting and actually tidying, and you can reuse these, I'm guessing, as well. So that's an added bonus. So even though you only get 2, where normally you get like 10, these are ones you can actually reuse. Here you've got your bag of all your different screws and that wrench that was mentioned. They've got the standoffs and motherboard screws in their own bag as well, in their own separate bag, so you know exactly which ones they are, which is always helpful. This is the adapter kit. This is for if you have any, like a floppy disk drive or something, and you want to put it in the front. And here is a nice powdered white fan controller, which is really nice. Whoops. Oh, I thought everything was attached. Obviously not. Right, what did I drop? A screw. And then a 2-pin to Molex. So that will plug in there on the little PCB, and that is what would provide this fan controller with power. We've also got the 3-pin there, which you can control up to 3 fans on. You can see that. But yeah, look at that. Nice top quality sort of thing, nice and smooth sort of feel when you're turning it up and down. So yeah, that concludes my unboxing of the Fractal design. As you can see earlier on in the video, and this is quite late at night, so I do have to be relatively quiet. But one thing I just remembered I didn't mention is that you have grommets for cable mount on the holes, which are really nice. So yeah, thanks for watching my unboxing. Sorry I had to be a bit quiet on it, but like I said, it's late at night and I've got a lot of stuff to do before I go to bed, and this is one of them, so I'm just going to get it done. It probably would have been able to have done it in half the time as well, but anyway, thanks for watching my unboxing, and goodbye.